Let's get started. Number 10, companies are tracking your every move. There are companies you've never heard of that know where you were last Tuesday at 3 in the afternoon, which doctor's office you visited, which church you went to, which bars you hit on Friday night. These aren't government agencies, they're data brokers. Companies like Gravy Analytics collect over 17 billion location signals from around 1 billion mobile devices every single day. Then they sell it to anyone willing to pay. Advertisers, political campaigns. In 2024, the Federal Trade Commission had to step in and ban several of these companies from selling location data that tracks people to sensitive places like health clinics, places of worship, and military bases. The data was so precise it could pinpoint you within 1 meter. They could tell which pew you sat in at church. And how do they get this data? When advertisers bid to show you an ad, the auction process leaks your location to companies that don't even win the bid. They just collect your data and leave. You never agreed to any of this. You just downloaded a flashlight app. Number 9, your car is spying on you and telling your insurance company. General Motors got caught selling detailed driving data to insurance companies through data brokers. Every trip you take, start time, end time, how hard you braked, how fast you accelerated. Drivers started noticing their insurance premiums were spiking for no apparent reason. Their own cars were snitching on them. One feature called Smart Driver was marketed as a way to become a better driver. What it actually did was record everything and sell that information to companies that would use it against you. Every hard break you made, every time you drove late at night, every time you pushed the speed limit, some people never even activated the feature themselves. Their dealerships did it for them. By early 2024, Texas started investigating Ford, Hyundai, Toyota, and others. General Motors eventually shut down the Smart Driver program after the backlash. But your car is still collecting this data. Whether they're selling it right now or saving it for later is anyone's guess. Number 8, food companies hired tobacco scientists to make snacks addictive. This isn't a metaphor. In the 1980s, tobacco giant Philip Morris bought Kraft and General Foods. Then they literally transferred scientists from the cigarette division to the food division. The same people who figured out how to make cigarettes maximally addictive started working on your potato chips. These companies discovered something called the bliss point. That's the perfect combination of sugar, fat, and salt that makes your brain light up like a slot machine. They spent millions refining products to hit this exact spot. The goal wasn't to make food that tastes good, it was to make food you can't stop eating. Studies now show that ultra-processed foods trigger the same brain circuits as nicotine and cocaine. Brain scans found that some people show the same loss of control around certain foods that drug addicts show around their substances. In late 2024, a major lawsuit was filed accusing 11 food companies of deliberately designing addictive products and marketing them to children. Up to 20% of adults and 15% of kids now show signs of food addiction, according to clinical criteria, not from fruits and vegetables, from engineered products designed to hijack your brain. Number 7, social media platforms design their apps to work like slot machines. Former Facebook employees have testified that the company deliberately built addictive features: the infinite scroll, the variable reward of likes, the pull to refresh mechanism. These weren't accidents, they were psychological traps designed by teams of neuroscientists. In 2021, whistleblower Frances Haugen leaked internal documents showing Facebook knew Instagram made body image issues worse for 1 in 3 teenage girls. Their own research said the platform was harming kids. They kept it secret and changed nothing. Another leaked document showed TikTok's algorithm was pushing sad content that could induce self-harm to vulnerable users. Once the algorithm figures out you're vulnerable to something, it just feeds you more. By late 2023, over 40 state attorneys general filed lawsuits against Meta, claiming their platforms were deliberately designed to addict children. Notifications timed to maximize compulsion, content that disappears to create urgency, algorithms that learn exactly what keeps each user hooked longest. Number 6, billionaires are building doomsday bunkers, and not small ones. Mark Zuckerberg is building a $400 million compound in Hawaii that includes a 5,000 square foot underground bunker with blast-resistant doors. The compound has farms, cattle, and everything needed to be completely self-sustaining. He's not alone. Peter Thiel arranged for a New Zealand passport as an escape route. Larry Ellison bought almost an entire Hawaiian island. Over half of Silicon Valley billionaires have reportedly invested in some kind of doomsday preparation, according to LinkedIn co-founder Reid Hoffman. In 2017, media theorist Douglas Rushkoff was invited to speak to tech executives. Instead of discussing the digital future, they spent the entire meeting asking him about surviving societal collapse. Alaska or New Zealand for bunker locations. How to maintain authority over security forces after money becomes worthless. The Oppidum in the Czech Republic is being marketed as the largest billionaire bunker in the world. Built into a mountain, it features customizable residences with pools, wine vaults, and theaters. Fully operational luxury compounds designed to let the ultra-wealthy ride out whatever apocalypse they seem to be expecting. Number 5. AI can clone your voice with just 3 seconds of audio. Scammers are using artificial intelligence to perfectly replicate the voices of family members. A mother in Florida received a call from what sounded exactly like her daughter begging for bail money. It wasn't her daughter. It was an AI that had scraped audio from social media. 85% voice accuracy can be achieved from just a few seconds of sample audio. The fake robocall of President Biden during the 2024 New Hampshire primary cost less than $1 to create and took under 20 minutes. 1 in 4 adults have now experienced some kind of AI voice scam. In early 2024, a Hong Kong company lost $25 million after employees participated in what they thought was a video conference with their executives. Every person on the call was a deepfake. The CFO giving instructions, the other executives nodding along, all synthetic. Deepfake fraud losses exceeded $200 million in just the first quarter of 2025, and the technology keeps getting better. Number 4, the government admits it spies on everyone. In 2013, Edward Snowden leaked classified documents showing the NSA was collecting phone records, emails, and internet activity from millions of Americans without their knowledge. Before this, intelligence officials had testified under oath that this wasn't happening. Director of National Intelligence James Clapper told Congress the NSA was not collecting data on Americans. A direct lie, later proven false. The surveillance programs were collecting data in partnership with major tech companies. Your search history, your emails, your video calls. Courts later ruled some of these programs were illegal. Security expert Bruce Schneier observed that every allegation against the NSA, no matter how outlandish, turned out to be true. The FBI's COINTELPRO program ran from 1956 to 1971, targeting civil rights leaders and activists. They tapped Martin Luther King Jr.'s phones. When activists complained they were being watched, they were dismissed as paranoid. Decades later, declassified documents proved they were right. Number 3, tobacco companies knew cigarettes were deadly and covered it up for decades. Internal documents from the 1950s showed tobacco companies had scientific evidence linking smoking to cancer. Instead of warning consumers, they launched a massive disinformation campaign, paid researchers to publish confusing studies, ran ads featuring doctors. In 1994, tobacco CEOs testified before Congress under oath that they believed nicotine was not addictive. Their own internal documents showed they had manipulated nicotine levels specifically to hook consumers. They knew it was addictive. They engineered it to be more addictive. Then they lied about it. Millions of pages of internal memos eventually came out in lawsuits. The cover-up lasted over 40 years. When people accused tobacco companies of hiding dangers, they were called conspiracy theorists. The conspiracy was real. Number 2, the CIA really did conduct mind control experiments on unwitting citizens. Project MKUltra ran from 1953 to 1973. The CIA tested LSD and other drugs on people without their knowledge or consent, trying to develop mind control techniques. Sounds like something from a bad movie. Completely real. CIA Director Richard Helms ordered all MKUltra files destroyed in 1973 to keep the program secret. Some documents survived. Congressional investigations in 1975 uncovered the truth. The CIA had drugged American citizens. Some subjects died. When this program was rumored to exist, people who talked about it were dismissed as paranoid. Government officials denied it. Then the documents came out. Number 1, They actually did poison alcohol during Prohibition. Between 1920 and 1933, the federal government was so desperate to stop people from drinking that they ordered poison added to industrial alcohol. They knew bootleggers were stealing industrial alcohol to make liquor, so they made it lethal. Over 10,000 Americans died from drinking this poisoned alcohol. The government didn't directly force anyone to drink it, but they knowingly made it deadly, and they kept doing it as the bodies piled up. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care.